So the question is this possible? And wouldn't President Trump need to get Congress to join him? Or in the alternative, does he have any leverage to get Congress to agree? Or can Donald Trump just make these changes on his own, or at least through his new Secretary of Treasury? Well, let's get into it. Well, first, let's talk about how he may be able to get rid of the IRS. Here's the thing, folks. The U.S. tax code is written so vaguely and terribly that a change to law might not be required. The U.S. income tax code never bothers to define what an individual is. So while we can infer individual means human beings, as the tax code taxes individuals differently depending if they are married, single, widowed, or head of household. The law tells us nothing otherwise of what an individual is. So is an individual somebody in the United States of America? Is an individual someone who is under 18? Is an individual someone who is in a coma? Is an individual someone who is mentally incompetent? Is an individual someone who is not a U.S. citizen? None of these questions are actually ever debated by any member of Congress. Rather, and here's the problem, the vague, secretive federal income tax law was passed and it completely avoided public deliberation of these decisions about who exactly is subject to the individual income tax law. So what does that mean? Well, what this means is that the U.S. individual income tax law lives by regulation, and if it lives by regulation, well, most certainly it can die by regulation. Now, Donald Trump can simply appoint a new Secretary of Treasury to draft new regulations. And here's the process. When the U.S. Treasury makes and rewrites regulations, it must follow the Administrative Procedure Act, or APA, like most other federal agencies.